operated by Wood Silver Fleet. There are toilets located downstairs, situated at the back of the boat near where you entered. For the comfort of all our guests, we ask that you refrain from smoking on this cruise. If you have a mobile phone, please switch it for your own safety, and in particular for any young children on board, please remain seated as much as possible.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard your London Eye Rivercruise. If you're wondering where the voice is coming from, I'm stood behind you, everyone. Hello, it's me. You were scanning your tickets earlier. How you all doing? Just to go over our rules for you once again. Whilst you are on the upper deck, please do remain seated. We've got Grandad Dave in the wheelhouse behind you. Give him all a wave. He needs to see where he's going. If you stand up, he'll obscure his view and we might get friendly with a few bridges, so please do stay seated. We do, however, have plenty of seats on the lower deck. If you want to take a seat downstairs, that is fine. And we have got toilets downstairs at the back of the boat. And lastly, our very important rule for you all today, please do wave at all the people on the bridges as we pass underneath each and every one. They love it up there for some reason. This is the only time in London where if you wave at a stranger, you'll get a wave back. So please do make the most of it. If you try this on the tube later, they will not be so friendly. Yeah, I told you, they love it. So my name's Jordan and I'm going to be your guide for today. I'm also joined on board by my colleagues Rosie and Willow. If you've got any questions, need any help or advice, you can speak to any one of us and we will help you out. So let's begin our tour. We've just gone underneath Westminster Bridge, connecting to the Borough of Westminster on our right, the political hub of the UK. And we have this rather grand building to the right of us, the new Palace of Westminster, more commonly known as our Houses of Parliament. There have been palatial buildings on this site since the Anglo-Saxon times. Many kings and queens have lived in palaces right here, up until Henry VIII moved to the Palace of Whitehall during his reign, handing the buildings over to Parliament. We then had the medieval House of Parliament here up until 1834, when the Exchequer at the time thought it would be a good idea to burn 2 parts of tally sticks under the floors of the building. This ended up causing a huge fire, burning almost all of the medieval buildings down to the ground. So we had to have a new building, the one you see today, designed by a man named Ch, and behind us we had a green bridge. We've got a lot of colour coding that goes on inside Parliament. This is for our 2 separate houses. We have the House of Commons, where our elected MPs debate new legislature, and we have the House of Lords, who are selected by the Queen, upon the advice of the Prime Minister, to ratify the decisions made by the Commons. The Commons debate on green benches, the Lords debate on red benches. These coloured bridges supposedly once formed their separate entrances into the building. The coloured awnings are their separate eating areas, and inside they've got their own separate bars, cafes, bathrooms, and all of this separation is to avoid corruption. I'll say no more on that. But the red bridge is Lambeth Bridge, and it connects to the Borough of Lambeth directly ahead of us. And here in Lambeth, just to the right here, we have the Palace of Lambeth. And this has been home to the Archbishop of Canterbury for over 800 years. In the city, I'm sure a few of you could make a guess at the name of this tower. Big Ben, you might be thinking? Well, I have to tell you that that is wrong. This tower is not Big Ben. I know, what a shock plot twist. The name of the tower is the Elizabeth Tower, named so in 2012 to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's Diamond Jubilee. Before then, it was just officially known as the Clock Tower. The name Big Ben instead goes to the 13th side tower, which would normally ring on the hour every hour. We think the name Big Ben comes from a man named Benjamin Hall. He was the commissioner of the works when the bell was installed, and apparently he was a very loud and round-shaped man, so they decided to name their very loud and round-shaped bell after St. Richard. They do say the workers at Big Ben are perpetually tired because they are working. So now I'd like to think about my employer. That's right, it's the lastminute.com London Eye. The London Eye, standing at 135 metres high, is the world's tallest cantilevered observation wheel. Cantilevered means it's supported on one side And this is an observation wheel, as the pods are on the outside of it. This is not a Ferris wheel. It's very upset to use the F word. The eye has 32 pods, one for each borough of London. And don't be laughing when you find yourself on pod number 33. That's because we've removed number 13 to reassure our more superstitious guests. The eye was designed by Marcus and Barfield Architects, and its design was entered into a competition that was held to find a new landmark to celebrate the millennium. And the design for the eye came in second place. However, British Airways liked the design so much, they offered to fund it themselves. It cost £75 million to build, but it made that profit back within the first 2 years. The parts to assemble the eye came from 6 different countries across Europe. These parts were shipped up the Thames, and the eye was assembled flat on the river and then lifted into place by the world's tallest crane, just in time for the millennium. This next bridge ahead of us is the Hungerford Railway Bridge. This is a Victorian bridge connecting to Charing Cross Station over on the left. This is a newer design of Charing Cross, designed in 1991 by Terry Farrell, and its design there is supposed to look like a steam train coming out of a tunnel with smoke billowing all around it. You can see that. Well done. We're just using tips over there. On the other side of the Hungerford we have the Golden Jubilee bridges. These footbridges are the newest bridges in the city, opened in 2002 to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's Golden Jubilee. The area on our left now is our South Bank. The South Bank Centre has its origins in the Festival of Britain.